presentation about A.C.E.
That's my
The
presentation.
only Vtuber who's had the surgery, Kitty Gemma.
That's me.
What is A.C.E?
Look at yeah, because it's
An
Machu.
antegrade continence enema is a tube that is either in your colon or near your appendix. I will move so you guys can see. This is medical. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
I'm gonna move
Oh,
down
I
here.
see.
There you go.
I see. Oh, that covering is so cute.
I actually
Oh,
do
that's
like the covering.
sweet.
Which one do I have on right now? Oh, I've actually got
Your
the
type
covering.
of tube will depend if you've had your appendix removed. The method of the ACE is to place water inside.
Youngles, you know the covering there in the photo. That's actually the one that I'm using right now. I've actually got three different button buddy designs. I've got that will be showing the PowerPoint, but I've got that one there, which is cats, and then I've got a Marie one because she is my favorite Disney character, and then I've got one of Constellations because I love space as well. I think in total I'm trying to think. I think I've got 12, roughly 12 to 14 button buddies at the moment. I have not gone on holiday ever since I've gotten the ACE surgery, but if I do go on holiday, even if it's something for like a week, I will have to order more button buddies in. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to take like maybe like 5 button buddies and put it in my carry-on luggage. And then I'm also going to take like I'm gonna have also in my carry-on luggage, I'm gonna have a syringe. I'm gonna have the connection tube. I'm going to have the tube, well, not the tube. I'm gonna have the small syringe, and the green one, that I use to drain the balloon so that it holds the tube in place. I'm gonna have one of each in my carry-on luggage and in my suitcase. This is in case my suitcase gets lost or it gets delayed. That way, I can still do my ACE flushes. If I ever go on holiday. Also, this kind of thing. Also, I think if I do go on holiday and vacation, I think I might have to maybe ring in advance or something and just explain, hey, I have I have a tube. I have to carry like a connection tube on top of it. I have to use syringes to put water in. I use button buddies. I think if I do go on holiday, I think I have to like just pretty much explain to security. I don't think my tube is metal. But you know when you go through like that little metal detector, I feel like it's gonna go off or something. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna go off, and I don't know why. But
Inside the tube in
continuing.
order to do a bowel movement. I see. That is such a cute little cover.
It is
Oh my
adorable, though. I
god.
love
I've
it.
never had this. But I do know people who have had to have one of these put in, and it's so nice that they have like covers and stuff.
Okay, so explaining more about people that have had this, you can actually get this tube for another reason, and sometimes it can be there, on the side of your stomach, or sometimes it can be right on your belly button. And another, I would say, I'm trying to explain it, like another purpose of getting the G tube, because that's what I'm using. I am using the G tube. Another purpose of getting the G tube is also it can be a feeding tube as well, because most feeding tubes are now G tubes, and a feeding tube is pretty much used if you have like really really bad digestive problems, to the point where you can only take I guess like certain nutrients in. I did get suggested once to get a feeding tube because of my eating disorder getting really bad. But I did deny it because a feeding tube would honestly not solve my eating disorder. Me getting proper therapy and kind and loving support would actually help me, battle out this eating disorder. But that's also another reason why people get the G tube. But I have yet to meet anybody who has had this tube to pretty much flush out your colon. And yeah, it does suck. I'm the only VTuber that's gotten this tube, and I cannot find anybody else, let alone a non-VTuber, and it sucks. It really sucks that I literally feel like I'm the only one out there. What a big idiot! I've even looked at celebrities, Yankos, and I can't find a celebrity that has the Ace tube, which sucks. It sucks. Does that mean he can be a celebrity, Yankos? Does that mean he can be a celebrity? That could be the first celebrity that's gotten the Ace tube.
Makes everything look super cute.
It is cute,
You know?
though. I love my button buddies. They are wonderful.
We should be allowed to have cute things for our assisted medical devices, you know? Different type of A.C.E.
So this was the first tube I was on.
I had my appendix removed.
Yeah, and I had my appendix removed as well. It was
you will
weird.
be given a beginner tube for roughly 8 to 12 weeks before giving your more permanent tube. Children or those who have not had their appendix removed will be given an alternative tube.
So, I know you can't see the writing there. I'm sorry. Also, I'm sorry for pausing a lot, but I'm trying to explain things. So this thing here, onto Kitty's right. I'm actually going to move myself a little bit. If you are a child or you have not had your appendix removed, you will very likely be given this type of tube on the right, and that will be your permanent tube. You will not have to like change tubes or anything. That will be your permanent tube. But if you look above me, Yankles, yes, this is Kitty's stomach, and that is yes, there's bruises on my belly button, and there's also a bit of stitches. But they have healed up nicely. That was my first tube, and I know it looks completely different to the tube that I've gotten right now. So this is a beginner tube. This is the first tube that you get for roughly 8 to 12 weeks. After roughly 8 to 12 weeks, you will go on to the G tube, which is your more permanent tube. When you get the beginner tube, flushing it is pretty much the same as the G tube. You remove the green cap, you use the syringe, you place the syringe inside, just pretty much, put the water inside, and then once you put the water inside, you put the green cap back on. The orange bit here, this is to drain the balloon inside. So it's pretty much the same thing, but this beginner tube, it's just so that your body gets used to it, because you've had like a small hole cut into like your colon area, and of course your body is gonna freak out. That's why we have these beginner tubes to try and relax our body a little bit. And yes, those are Kitty's pajamas. And yes, I am a little bit bloated on that photo, but that is fine. When I did have the surgery, I did get pumped with a lot of air, and it took roughly 5 days until my stomach went back down to its normal size. Donate $1 bazillion and you get to vote my medical creators up. Look, I am willing to go into hospitals and teach them all about the A's for free. I'm willing to take this presentation with me. I'm willing to present myself. And I will, reveal to them the Ace. I will even bring, my budding buddies with me. I can even bring the equipment that I use, and I can just teach them about it, because where I live, Yankles, my hometown, there is no Ace nurses in my hometown. I have to go to the next town to find an Ace nurse, which sucks. And there is not many A.C.E. nurses, Yankles, in England. There is not many. I believe there is literally less than 10. There is literally less than 10 A.C.E. nurses that have been trained to pretty much look after people like me who have had the Ace. And they are trained to know what an Ace is, the different tubes, how to do an Ace flush, and how to change an Ace tube, etc., and what to do if the tube gets infected. That is how rare the surgery is, Yankles. There is hardly anybody that is trained. And it sucks. It is that rare that there's hardly any nurses as well.
Oh, I see.
I like how,
Oh.
I know you can't
have
see
to
it,
put that
Yankos,
in.
but I like how most of the chat's just
My
saying
ACE
learning.
tube is called a mini ACE. Shown in the second slide is 3 centimeters long and it sits inside my colon.
Okay, I'm really sorry that I keep having to pause it, but I keep having to explain stuff here and there because I could only make this presentation like 5 minutes max. So you can get the mini ACE in different sizes. And the reason why mine is 3 centimeters is because of my figure. I had been told by many doctors that I am slim, but they say that I am curvy in, I would say, the right spots. But I tried a 4 centimeter tube. I was too skinny for the 4 centimeter tube, so we had to go for the 3 centimeter tube. And apparently, I think the 3 centimeter tube is one that's used for kids. He's a skinny little shit. Kitty's a skinny little shit. Yeah, and the green part that glows in the dark, this thing here, it glows in the dark. I don't know why. Don't ask.
The green part
I
glows in the
don't know
dark. I really
why.
don't know why. Whoa, you have a little glow in the dark thingy on yours? That's cute.
It's too
That's
big,
cute. I
Steph.
wonder why it glows in the dark. Maybe for like, I mean, it doesn't. That's interesting. Why would it glow in the dark?
Now, some people did suggest if I was doing a flush in the
Obviously, you can
dark,
use it
but
in the dark,
I
but
do
it
my
doesn't make
flushes
any
in the
sense. Like,
afternoon.
why
I do
would
my flushes
I
at
mean
10,
to see
12
in low
p.m.
lighting? Yeah, but it's like it doesn't make sense. Why would you do it in the dark? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for necessities, for an emergency, I guess. Yeah, for an emergency, like if there's no power and you absolutely have to. I don't know. That's cool though.
Oh, fuck, there's no power.
My
Time to do
daily
an ace
ACE
flush.
Once a day, you need to flush the ACE. Since my tube is a mini ACE,
And
I
that
have to
up there
connect it to an
is one of
extender
my
tube
equipments.
in order to place water inside. Doing it at the same day every day helps a lot. Oh, that is so cool. That sounds very complicated. It reminds me of me flushing my port. But I know that this is way more intense than me flushing my port. I just pushed like a syringe of saline in me. I don't have to put a full bag in me. You know what I mean?
It's not a full bag, but it's a lot of water.
Oh yeah, all this stuff comes with instructions. This medical stuff. Oh wait, do you also wait? Am I seeing that correctly? Are you flushing with just a saline? With just a saline flush?
I use a big syringe as well. I mean, look at the
I looked it up
instructions.
and it's about easy access at night. Oh, I see. Oh, they're so cool.
IKEA instructions.
Let me see if I could. Let me see. Let me see the. Hold on. This is
She's gonna play the
This
video.
this is their Twitter.
This is an old video, so my voice sounds a
Their
bit
Twitter.
weird.
Their Twitter page.
Yes, I do have a Twitter page at Miss Kitty Gemma. Go follow me. Go poke me.
Oh.
It would be cute to have it shine while the. Oh!
This.
Wait, hold on. Pausing.
Oh, that's me. That's
Pause
my
the
Grinch
video.
voice. Oh boy.
Pausing the video.
Time for Grinch
Okay.
Kitty.
A.C.E.
This
Oh
is my
god.
YouTube.
Oh god, it's
This
Kitty!
is, well, stage 2 of the ACE. As you can see, it's a lot smaller than the first one. This little cap here.
No, I think Yanko's this one here. I think this was the 4 centimeter tube because I think I was on the 4 centimeter tube for roughly a month ish before we changed to the 3 centimeter tube. Yeah. What happened was I did bring up the ACE nurse and I told her, hey, this 4 centimeter ACE tube, it's a little bit too big and it's leaking more often. It feels like it's coming out. So they did try to see if they could order a 3 centimeter tube, but it took a while because they don't do I guess like they don't do small sizes like that often. So that's why it took a while. So I think this is the 4 centimeter tube, but it still does the same job as a 3 centimeter tube.
Oh.
You remove it, and then we use
So there you go, that's my extender.
Oh, that is a big...
this.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of
This thing
fluid.
here, lock.
60
Press it
ml.
in, and then to lock it, you turn it that way, and then your boy and the syringe.
And you have to...
I don't know why
you
you
have to
said
push
your
that in
boy.
yourself? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I have to do that by myself.
My heart.
Yeah.
My heart.
Yeah. You just push it in.
See, I have to flush my port, but it's way less liquid than that.
Here we go, and then bleed that thing on, and then repeat every single day. This is my new tube.
Thank you for showing us. That's a lot of fluid.
I like how people say, does it hurt? No, it just feels weird. It just feels weird, honestly.
That's a lot of fluid.
It is a lot of fluid. Hey, at least
Change
it
the
can poop.
ACE tube every 6 months, or if the tube is broken, badly damaged, you need to change the tube. And if you're pregnant, you can leave it up to 9 months and change it roughly a few days after you give birth. I see. Oh. Oh, so you have to change it every 6 months.
Yep.
I have to change my needle, and my port needle has to get changed.
Okay, I feel bad for stopping, but I feel like I need to explain stuff. Yeah, I recently changed my issue uncles. I am sometime literally, I've got this somewhere on my calendar of when I changed it uncles. But I think I posted a photo. I think it was roughly a couple of weeks ago because I did have to change my issue uncles because it was 6 months. And of course, I will pause it again to maybe explain a bit about it.
Every week.
I
have to change my needle every week, but my actual port, I usually change it every like few years because of medical like overuse and stuff.
Hello, here's how I change my H tube. So first, I need to drain the water out of the balloon.
We'll pet Kitty
If
after.
it's clear, that's fine. If it's brown, that's also fine.
And then you push down.
Take
This
it
is
out.
when it feels a little bit
You are
weird.
not seeing that because it looks disgusting. Grab the new tube.
It's just
You
the
need to
whole
lube
tube.
up the
It's
end
just
so
the
it can
hole.
go
It's
into the
fine.
hole successfully. Wow, that sounds lewd. Carefully place it inside.
Oh, you do it
And
all
now,
yourself.
You need
Yeah, I have
to
to do it
fill
all by
with
Bro,
myself.
you are so brave. You are so brave. You are so brave. You're so brave and you're so strong. I can't put
Thank
my needle in
you.
myself.
water so
I
that
need
it
my
holds
nurse
it
to
in
do
place.
Well, thank you,
And then take another
Ironmouse.
syringe.
It's like literally like
Pour
I
a
literally
ml of
can't do
water.
it.
In it goes.
Smash the host.
Remove the blue thing.
There you go,
Gemma's
and that's
really
how I do
strong.
it.
Her tube broke earlier this year and she pushed through
It
it.
actually
because She didn't
did.
want to cancel her collab. What? Oh my god, that sounds like me.
Okay, I want to explain something as well about that. What happened was, you know the little cat part, the top part area in Yonkles? It broke off. I don't know how I did it. It just somehow broke off. Because it was only the cap area that broke off, I did not have to go to a hospital. All I had to do was call up my ACE nurse and just explain to her that I needed another ACE tube ordering. I did have a spare one because what they do when I contact my ACE nurse and when she orders my ACE tube, she sends them in packs of 2 just in case for emergencies like that. So I already had one ready, and I believe I changed it after the collab stream. And what I had to do, I just had to call my ACE nurse and just explain, hey, I need another set ordering, please, because it broke. And she said, yeah, that's perfectly fine, Gemma. We'll get you another one sent in roughly 1 to 2 weeks. And I did explain to her what happened. And she said, yeah, please change your tube straight away, and we'll get you 2 more ACE tubes, 3 centimeters, ordered to you within 1 to 2 weeks. And yeah, she was very kind and understanding. And that is also where I get my equipment from. So if I need any more connection tubes, because connection tubes can mold over time, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do in Yankos. It does get moldy after me using it pretty much every day for roughly 2 months. If I do need any more, if I need any more purple syringes, if I do need any more of the green syringes, I can just contact her and explain which ones I need, and she will happily order them for me.
That sounds like something I would
Put
do!
the cap on.
Don't do
And there you
that!
go. And don't forget your button buddy.
Gemma, I swear to
Hello,
God, don't
here
do
is how I
that.
change my Ace tube.
Don't
Sorry,
be like me.
Ironmouse.
Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. You're absolute Chad, though. Holy shit.
Thank you, Ironmouse. Thank you. Very kind of her to
You're a
say.
Chad, a Giga Chad. Button Buddy. Yeah. Oh my God, those coverings are so cute. Button
This is
Buddies
the
are
best
used on many
slide.
ACE tubes, and they're made to capture any discharge or blood. And sometimes a small amount of blood or discharge can leak out of your ACE or even your colon, and that's fine. And you can buy Button Buddies in different sizes and designs and materials. They're so pretty. Uh-oh, crunched. Are we crunching?
Yeah, so these are
Crunch my balls.
these are the button buddies that Kitty has. You have a favourite, Youngles?
Don't crunch my balls.
Crunch your
They're
balls.
so pretty. How rare is this surgery? This surgery is rare among children and much rare among adults. None of my GP doctors knew what it was. Hardly any of my fans knew what it was. I even was an A&E multiple times. This is a tube getting badly infected during surgery and recovery. It took 10 doctors and nurses for one of them to know basic information about an ACE. Hopefully making this presentation will be able to spread the word about this rare surgery.
Yeah, so I want to explain that. GP here in England means general practice doctors. So these are the doctors that you normally go to for just minor problems, like you might have an infection, you might have like a big lump, maybe you want to get tested for cancer, etc. I had to go to these GP doctors a lot when it came to changing the dressing on my surgery, and they also kept an eye out for the infection. Unfortunately, Youngles, my wound is called a dirty wound because it is going to be pretty much open 24/7. Unfortunately, when I got the surgery, it got badly infected. And because it got badly infected, I have to go to A&E, which is accident and emergency. Now, I could not go to my accident and emergency hometown because there were no ACE nurses. I tried to go to the next town. Unfortunately, my ACE nurse was away, so I went to another one. It was a big hospital. I did explain to them my problems, and this is where the doctors and the nurses, I guess, went into scanner mode, trying to find one person who knew what an ACE tube was, and I was just sitting there, and the only thing that went into my mind was, how rare is this fucking surgery? The good news is we found one doctor who knew basic information about an ACE. I was able to explain everything to him. And what we did is he did have a look at the infection. He did prescribe me antibiotics. He also did a flush on my ACE to make sure that the tube was working as well. And the good news was the antibiotics did work. It did get rid of my infection, and then yeah, I got discharged after a couple of hours, and I was able to go home. But it sucks, Yankos, that this surgery is so rare, and that is one of the reasons why I decided to put a presentation in about my ACE tube, because it is that rare. And I am very glad. Thank you again, Ironmouse, for choosing this presentation. And I really do hope that Ironmouse and her chat and anybody else that is watching me has learned information about an ACE tube.
Thank you for informing us. I got the surgery in October 2023.
So it's
Before
been
the
a year
surgery,
now.
I had to take a bowel prep in order to fully empty my bowels and to not eat roughly 18 hours before surgery and no water 6 hours before surgery.
Okay, so I'm really sorry for pausing, but I feel like I need to, explain this a little bit more in detail. So what happened was my surgery actually got changed. Originally, I was supposed to go in on October the 2nd, but it got changed to, I think it was October the 9th, exactly. I think that is exactly a week later or 6 days later, because the doctors in London were on strike. Yeah, so I had to travel from my hometown to London to get this surgery, because the only doctors that could do it were in London, which is perfectly fine. So what happened was, I had to take a bowel prep, and if you don't know what a bowel prep is, it's a sachet you dissolve it in water, and you drink it over the course of roughly 2 hours. And then throughout the night, it's supposed to make you pretty much empty your bowels completely. And it took a while for it to kick in because I have a slow bowel transit. But the good thing is, it did clear me out. I was not allowed to eat roughly 18 hours before the surgery because it was a bowel related surgery, and no water for 6 hours. Now, unfortunately, on the day of my surgery, it did get delayed by roughly, I think, 9 hours because there was an emergency, which was great, but I wish somebody told me as soon as they knew. I only found out when I was in the theatre room, like literally a minute before I got put to sleep. I wish they told me, because if that was the case, I would have allowed myself maybe another glass of water. They did give me drip though. They give me drip, which I think kept me like slightly hydrated, but my mouth was really dry. I was like, I would like the fluid. I would like the water, please. And of course, yeah, recovery is not the best. It is done so much for me. Hey, new job opportunity. Give them your number, and if they need to do surgery again, they refer to you with support. The thing is, I don't know how to do the surgery, Hitori, but I know what recovery is going to be like, and I know, like I pretty much know how to care myself. Like I know how to care for an ACE tube. So honestly, I would love to get paid if like I make like I don't know like some sort of special informational video about an ACE tube. Oh no, so the drip was it was like special hydration fluid that goes directly into you, and they gave me that because of because the surgery was delayed that long. It was just special hydration fluid, but my mouth was so dry.
Even though the recovery was not the best due to the tube getting infected multiple times, it has helped so much, and I could do a bowel movement with the tube without having to take a high amount of laxatives every day. Who knew that putting some water inside my colon would be the answer to my bowel issues? My IBS pain has gone down so much, and it feels like a lifesaver. I'm so happy that your situation has improved, and I'm so happy that you feel better. This makes me very, very happy. I'm so glad. I honestly could go longer about ACE, but I would be here for an hour, and hopefully you learn about the tube.
Honestly.
And it's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. Feel free to ask any questions about my ACE at Miss Kitty Gemma. Thank you,
Twitter!
Gemma, for sharing this. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I'm tearing up. Jesus.
Oh, please don't. Thank you, though.
Because, I understand how tough it is to have shit like this in your life. I totally get it. I've never experienced any of this sort of thing, but I know what it's like to have a port and to deal with like PICC lines and stuff. So I know what it's like to have a device poking out of you and how frustrating it is and how hard. I just remember how difficult my life was before I got my port, and then I got it and I was scared about getting it. I was terrified, and it was a rough start at the beginning, but now I'm just happy because like my life has improved so much with having it in and being able to get my meds properly and stuff. So I totally get it. Yeah, we are augmented humans.
Well, I'm a puss.
We are augmented humans, you and I. Yeah.
Oh, so thank you though. Humans. Thank you. It was lovely though. I'm so happy that she reacted to this. Thank you, everybody.
You're a PegTube user? Oh, I see. Oh, are there many other augmented humans here? Yeah, I don't know anybody with that specific tube. I do know people who have like the tubes inside of them and like bags and stuff, but not that specific.
Yeah, and that's for you, Jupe, and Miss Kitty Gemma,
or
at Miss
pretty
Kitty
rare
Gemma.
Stuff, and that's pretty rare, bro.
Yeah, but that's
we're such interesting
lovely,
creatures.
It's lovely.
Our next presentation. Oh God. No!
Okay, we're gonna stop that there because we're not reacting to that. Yeah, but again, thank you everybody. It's just really nice to know that more people do know basic information about the tube. I do have another video which is called I think it's called like information / guide to an A.C.E tube. I will put that in the video description, or I will put that in the comments as well if you are interested in it. But if any of you guys have information, if you guys have questions about my tube, you are more than welcome to ask them while I'm streaming here on Twitch. You could maybe ask them, I don't know, maybe on Twitter or YouTube, or I guess you could DM them to me on Twitter or Discord. Honestly, I really don't mind. I've had this tube for just over a year, so I do know what it's like. I know how to look after it. I know what to do if it does get badly infected. And I do know, about bud and buddies and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna have this tube for the rest of my life, Yankles. Of with of course changing it once every 6 months, but this thing is gonna be pretty much sitting, chilling in my colon, for the rest of my life. But if putting water inside my tube makes me do a bowel movement, then I will happily take it, because I am hardly taking laxatives anymore, Yankles. I am only taking like 3 laxative tablets a day, sometimes even 2. And the fact that I can do a bowel movement with 2 laxative tablets and putting water into my colon, it literally feels like a miracle, because I did get diagnosed with constipation when I was a baby. So of course I was on laxatives for pretty much my entire life. And then when I turned 18, I got diagnosed with IBS, and also got diagnosed with slow bowel transit. As I did get older, my IBS went to severe IBS type C, and the C stands for constipation. Now, what happened was, the NHS doctors, all they could do was recommend me a soma, and I denied that, because somas should be a last resort, Yankles. Somas should only be offered to people who have got bowel cancer, for example. I don't have bowel cancer. I knew that there was something different out there, and that's when I saw different doctors. I did pray privately, and one of them suggested the ACE tube, and I did take the offer. And look at me now, Yankles. I have a 3 centimeter tube chilling in my colon, and it helps me do a bowel movement. It's fantastic, and I love it.